What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing out there this afternoon, evening, wherever the hell you are? My name is Lee Black, and I'm the host of Real Talk. Real Talk for Real Men is the name of the show. You can find me under that name under YouTube or Facebook. And of course, we are part of a bigger platform and plethora of shows under the TFG banner. And you can go to TFG Ratchet and you can find Real Talk amongst some fantastic shows. I am your host. Welcome. If this is your first time, check me out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share my channel. I'm still trying to grow things. And so I'm going to do what I do and be my authentic self. If this is your first time, I got one of my favorite family members that's a part of the show as always. This is my brother from Texas. Brother Kenny, what's going on?
What's happening, my brother from another mother? What's going on
yes,
in the
sir.
state of Georgia? How you doing, brother?
Partner, you know what? It's 80-something degrees here, was at least today. So we dealing with that hot, humid, sticky, icky weather. They call it hot Atlanta on this Mother's Day weekend. How are things in Texas?
Same thing, brother. It's what 85, 86 degrees right now.
Man.
Look like we're gonna get some rain though here in a little bit.
I think us too. But
like you say, it's a little bit sticky, but I like it sticky because I love me some hot weather.
Partner, well, anybody who knows, I like cold weather. And sticky ain't gonna do nothing but add to the funk that's out here with these nasty bitches. Half of them shaking and grooving, and they not taking that ass home to wash. So they're gonna be out of these streets. Them pussies just gonna be just as hard as they want to
be. Man, you wild, bro. You wild.
Look, this is Mother's Day weekend, in case you know. So today, folks, it might just be me and my boy. You know what I'm saying?
It might just be, yeah.
You know, because my co-host, you know, although she's not a mom, you know, in the spirit of Mother's Day weekend, probably take the weekend off. Give her a week off to do her thing and get her motherhood on or whatever. Maybe she might become a mom tonight. So,
you
know, it's overdue. McMac, get you some dick.
Get you some. Tasha Mac, you need to go on.
I'm tell you.
Get the cobwebs off that thing.
Get
the cobwebs off that thing.
You know what they say? You can't take it with you, baby. What you holding on like good pussy inside? You can't take it with you. Might as well share it with somebody out there. My sis, she's celebrating Mother's Day, going out to eat. Two other members of the fam. I'm sure that my brother, you know, Ghost is taking his beautiful wife out. So look, today is probably going to be me and Brother Ken. And guess what? We're going to be talking about celebrity hot topics today. You know, there's so much going on in the celebrity world. And look, you know, I know a lot of people, they're out doing whatever. But if you come and watch the show after the fact, which many of my people do, don't forget, share, like, subscribe. Please subscribe. Tell other people to hit those like buttons and subscribe to TFG Ratchet. We need your support. We want you to continue to help us grow this channel into something authentic, big, and real. We're trying to do something here. Our brother Kenny is Mr. Sports on TFG. You get more than you ever would bargain for by simply subscribing to TFG. I promise you that.
Exactly. Let's do it. Come on. Y'all subscribe. Like, subscribe.
Absolutely.
Share.
So, again, Brother Kenny, we know people are out, so we're going to just have some fun. Me and you,
let's do it.
Look, yes, sir. So we're going to get to as many of these stories. And, of course, today you're going to get the brother's point of view. I want to talk about Brian McKnight. I'm going to share my screen as I do. And I don't know if you've been keeping up with the Brian McKnight situation, folks, if you haven't. Yeah. And what's happening is, you know, obviously he's remarried. He's got a new child, but he's at war with his biological children who are grown. And so, you know, there's a lot going on in here, and we're not going to try to, you know, cover everything. Can you hear and see my screen, Brother Ken?
Yeah, I can see it.
So if you notice the caption here, it says Brian McKnight doubles down on deadbeat denial. Second Brian Jr. and no relationship with black children. I don't live in the past. Just even in that statement right there, there's a lot going on right there, folks, just even in the heading. Right. If you haven't been keeping up with this, let me just bring you up to speed. You know, the part about the deadbeat denial, his biological children are basically saying that he's a deadbeat dad, that he no longer supports them, he's disowned them, things of that nature. And when you see about the second Brian Jr., he's had a new baby. Now, this is different. He's had a new baby, but he's named the new son Brian Jr., even though there is already a current Bryant Jr.
Right. Yeah.
Now, you don't usually see that happen.
No.
You would think he might, if he wanted to keep the name going in the family, he probably would have said Brian the third. But this is a clear shot across the bow to name a son Brian Jr. And if you read the article, he goes in deep saying that he don't live past, he don't have a relationship with his children. He doesn't put them on his social media, he doesn't shout them out. And so for that reason, he is okay with how he feels. He's doubling down, even though Black Twitter is giving him pure hell on live, basically standing his ground. And I want to ask you, Brother Kenny, because you and I are both parents. What's your initial thoughts on this whole thing?
Initial thoughts is it saddens me. First of all, let me say this: it's sad to see a father and his biological children at odds with one another, and it's being played out in social media. I would say this, Brian, in my humble opinion, Brian McKnight has handled this all wrong, regardless of whatever issues you have with your biological children. I thought he should have just kept his mouth shut. I didn't think he should have went on Instagram, because I watched it this morning. I watched him speak on it on IG this morning.
Wow.
I think that you're not going to win. You're the adult. First of all, you're the father. They still the children. I don't give a damn how old they are. They still the kids. You're not going to win this in public perception as the father. You're not going to win this. So why go on social media and put all of this y'all stuff out here and it's not going to do nothing but hurt. The relationship is already damaged. Now it's really damaged. And then to you, I mean, it's like I don't think he really has thought this out, in my opinion. I definitely wouldn't handle it that way.
I love everything you said, Brother Kenny. I agree with you 1,000%. There's no winners here. It's a sad situation. Anytime you see a family that's fragmented to the point that they're taking their business and basically spilling out in the public. I'm a 55-year-old man, and growing up, and Brother Kenny, you're a little bit younger than I am, but I'm sure you
would
grew
have
up
said
with
54.
Yeah, but I'm sure you grew up with the same sentiment. You know what? You keep house business in the house. I'm sure you were told that.
Yes, sir.
We live in a world now, though, where it saddens me that people take their public and most embarrassing moments to social media, of all places, the gram, and worry about what Black Twitter has to say and things like that. Look, he's not the first parent to fall out with their children. You're not the first parent to have deadbeat kids. You're not the first parent with children are mad with you. I could sit here right now and tell you some real live shit that has gone on between me and my son. And years went by. Years, mind you, went by. Yeah. Like you said, you can't win because you're the adult, you're the parent. At the end of the day, you have to set the example, because even as time go by, you're going to live to regret doing this way. Yep. I don't care how angry you are. I agree, some of the stuff. Here's the thing. I'm with you if you're saying that you're not going to take care of grown children. I'm with that 100%. Sometimes we as parents, we can raise our children to feel entitled, even up until adulthood, and they still think we owe them something. I'm with that hard lesson, which you should have done when you were little. But where you lose me is where you're twisting it in, taking it because it's not necessary. And that's why I brought up about naming his son Brian Jr.
That was petty. That's being petty. That's just being you grown. Come on, bro. And then to say that your daughter, that's your stepdaughter with your new wife, is your best daughter ever, and you have a biological daughter.
Oh man,
you to say that? Come on, man. That ain't cool.
It's not cool. It's not cool. Yeah. And that's why I say it's so much to unwrap here that you're going to live to regret. And I wanted to just share one of the statement. He says, some people can't handle seeing my happily ever after. Brian, man, you always gonna be. I've always told people I can separate the man from his deeds or whatever. I'm always gonna be a fan of Brian McKnight's music. I play his music, on a weekly basis. That's a bad brother musically. You can do nothing for me to shade his contribution to R&B music.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening now, though? Your happily ever after. Nobody has to know about your happily. You're putting your own business out there.
Yeah.
And if you are so happy, why do you need validation from social media?
Yep.
Why is that necessary? We got Sister Hannah joining us. How you doing, sister?
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Hey,
sweetheart.
what's up?
Good to
What's
see you.
up,
Good
Queen?
to see you.
Happy early Mother's Day
Happy
to
Mother's
you.
Day,
Thank you.
sweetheart. Absolutely.
You're welcome.
You look fantastic.
You do look fantastic.
Fantastic. As always. Let me say that too. And we're talking about celebrity gossip, and we're talking about this whole Brian McKnight situation. What do you think about this?
Me?
Yeah. Have you been following this?
I have. And the crazy thing is, I was a huge Brian McKnight fan. Like, I remember him singing with his sons at concerts.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to be this trifling, you know how they say better not to say nothing at all. He should have just shut up.
Yes.
Because him talking made it worse. Like, just shut.
That's exactly what I
up.
said. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That was unnecessary. It made it worse. And at first I was like, when his kids were saying, I was like, maybe they just upset because he remarried. Then I was like, oh, you cold trifling. Like, no, he's trifling. And the fact that you even changed your social media bios to just represent her kids and not yours. Like, understand you got a divorce, but you divorced the mother. You didn't divorce being a parent.
There you go.
So
right
let's not equate the two.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, you just killed it with that comment right there.
Right.
You can't divorce your children.
You can't.
And
you
before
can,
you came
you can, but
right, you know what I'm saying.
You lousy.
Yeah.
You do. You lousy.
Exactly. And before you came on, sis, I was saying that in my own life, like any other parent, I've had issues with, my son, for example, years. You would never know it, I'm still his dad. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, told him that whether you like it or not, I'm not your friend. I'm always going to be your dad. Right. And sometimes you as a parent, you have to wait around till they come around. You know what I'm saying? But again, yeah, he took it to another level, and that I agree with you. It was just petty. So, man, do you wonder if these people have any friends? When you see something like this, do you guys ever think about the circle of people that they have around them, that there's nobody that can pull you back in and say, hey, man, don't do that? Yeah, you ever wonder about how some shit even make it to social media?
Yeah.
He don't have wrestle with your wife that you all on her side should have shut you down and told you, babe, that's not a good look. Ooh. I think you should just let stuff be the stuff. You don't have to speak. But the one you up here praising and have common sense to be your partner at that moment and tell you to fall back.
I wasn't even thinking about that point, Hannah. That is a brilliant point. I would hope that whoever I choose as a mate, that I love that, because I wouldn't even see. I'm only thinking of it from the man. You are so right. You know what? I would hope that whenever I chose somebody as a mate or girlfriend, that even when I'm acting a damn fool or not making sense, you're supposed to be my other half. Now, I didn't say better half, other half. To pull me in. Said, no, we're not doing that, because that's what I would do for you. So that you made some brilliant points there, that even if you don't have good friends around him, you're his wife.
It's like the Will and Jada thing.
Right.
Oh my God, beautiful. Yeah, so great points. I want to move on to another story. How many do you guys know who Ebony K. Williams is? Apparently, she's from, I guess.
I'm
lost.
Is she from the Love and Hip Hop? Not Love and Hip Hop. The Beverly Hills Housewives kind of deal.
No. I think I think she is like I know she's like a lawyer or something, but she did play on some sort of reality show. I'm not quite sure on that.
Right.
Though.
Well, she's introduced, I think, a conversation, and we are certainly not going to cover the whole in depth of this, but she said some things that started a snowballing conversation that I very much intend to continue on one of my serious nights of topic, talking about black men in general. So she's defending her comments. So let me bring you up to speed a little bit, and maybe this will share even who she is. I guess a couple of weeks ago, she was on Ivania, it is in long, whatever the lady name is, who put people on the spot and have them, you know who I'm talking about, Ivana, whatever her name is. And on there was a snippet where the lady Ivania Lazan, I can't pronounce her name. She asked her, would she date a bus driver? I don't know if you've seen that hot take.
I saw that.
And she said, if he owned the bus. And Ivania Zant, whatever her name is, she kind of went in saying, see, we have to stop that, that we have to start thinking beyond that and looking past men, black men in particular, with regular jobs, so to speak, because as black women, maybe this is a part of the reason why some of them haven't found their match, because they're looking above regular men. Well, this particular lady, she didn't back down. She went on the breakfast show, and I want to play a snippet where she she not only doubled down, but she opened up this conversation even more. So I'm going to play what she said. I'm trying to give Kenny a chance, so I might have to play it twice, but I want to talk about, does she have a point, and the bigger issue about the chasm between black men and black women. So I want to play this snippet. Check it out.
Things around that. But more than I care about hurt feelings, I care about providing my people with facts and information that say that the current way of life for the majority of Black Americans is not serving us. I'm going off of the data and the facts. I am not okay, and I don't think it's okay, that the vast majority of Black Americans, again, overpopulate, disproportionately occupy spaces that are not ideal, that make us vulnerable. I talked about the COVID, that make us vulnerable to death, disease, maternal health, all the things. Y'all all touch on this show every day. Now, if y'all are okay with the current positioning of Black America, that we are the lowest income, the lowest home ownership, the lowest educated group, then so be it. And let's just stop talking now and keep on going about our business. Envy, I'm not okay with it. So that is why I said what I said about addressing the bigotry of low expectations. It's the bigotry of low expectations.
Okay. So she went a step further and, like I said, doubled down on her comments, because she framed it into a bigger issue, saying that our culture needs to have this conversation, because as Black Americans, we fall within the lowest categories of all of these things, and that we have to reckon with it, Listen, her comment was, baby, what I know for sure is that our culture needs this conversation. No matter your position or how this convo makes you feel, we have got to reckon with the strata of these issues within the Black community now, or deal with the consequences later. And as you saw, she claimed that this is based on data. And if you looked at the face of DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God, that ought to tell you, if you haven't seen that interview, that it was contentious. They were challenging her, because what they were challenging is that she's putting down black men, and she's framing it within the context of that we as Black people need to be so much better. Folks, again, I know we're not going to solve this all in this one sitting, but what do you think? What do you guys think about this?
I'm gonna let the lady go.
Why you gotta put me on?
I'm gonna let the lady.
Y'all not gonna like my answer, but I feel like, now I don't have a problem with dating a bus driver. I don't think it's an issue with that.
Okay.
My issue is, why do Black women have to always settle? White women can marry for status. They can marry for money. Or we get married for money if we're gold diggers. If we have any type of standard besides getting through the struggle, why do we always gotta be, I gotta stick by you when you down to pull you up? sometimes you don't always want to do that. Sometimes you want to meet somebody who we are side by side and can build, or you're a little bit further in front of me and can lead me to a better place. I feel like we are always condemned if we have any type of standards, but then if we have no standards, we're condemned. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Now, I don't agree you shouldn't date a bus driver because, especially in Philly, bus drivers make good money, so I don't understand that. But also, first of all, I don't like Ivana. I hate when people go on there saying you need to stop talking to her because she's annoying. But she never even asked her. For all we know, Ebony could have been dating men with the struggle for 5 or 6 years, and you know that fragile ego. If you make too much money, then you getting cursed out for having any type of money, any type of occupation, any type of anything. So I feel like, just to make a long story short, I feel like we should be able to have preferences and we not get attacked for it. But I also don't feel like it's a problem dating a bus driver. You just got to be employed or want to or actively looking. Like, you can't be like just out here being a bum and we got to love you. But everybody not going to be able to find a job at the present time. But you got to look for something, or you got to be working, in my opinion, or just trying to do better for yourself without getting from someone else, especially the Black woman, because we're going to be by your side. And that's the problem. We love the struggle of, but when we have a problem with still being in the struggle of, then it's a problem.
Well said. Articulate, intelligent. And you started out by saying we're not going to like what you have to say. I like a lot of what you have to say. Me personally, I do, and I'm going to tell you why. But Brother Kenny, what do you think about this? You know, what she had to say, was it valid? And is she right in that this is a conversation we've been running from as a culture that we need to examine where we are, especially as Black men?
Well, first of all, can y'all still hear me?
Yes, sir. We hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, let me say on her initial with the Ian Van Zant deal, her initial response, I didn't have a problem with her saying that she, that's her preference. I don't have a problem with any woman or man's preference. It bothered me that the only thing that really bothered me is like she never a man's character or his love or finding a man that loves and is a good man in general. It was all about finances. It was all about the bag. That's what turned me off about her response. I didn't have a problem at all with her preference. Hey, you like what you like. You want somebody on your level. I can't fault the individual for that at all. But what's interesting, I just looked her up on Wikipedia, and in her early life, she was raised by a single mother, and guess what? Her single mother was a bus driver. So interesting that she basically, in my opinion, you issued on your own mother when you said that. Again, this conversation, I don't know why we think this is an old conversation, because we've been talking about this. I think the biggest thing is, I think she shouldn't have been, I think people went at her for wrong reasons. I don't have a problem. Again, I would say this. Her preference is a preference. I know that she's the type of woman I wouldn't shoot at. I'm not in her lane. I got drive and ambition, but financially I ain't in her lane. So again, I know I'm gonna date in my salary range. She ain't in my salary range. So I already know, as a man, I'm not trying to shoot at you anyway. And first of all, I already know you kind of coming from a place of, you could care less about my character and if I'm a good man or not. It's about my bank account and my status. And I don't rock with women like that.
Whew. Whew. Welcome, Brother Bird. Good to see you, my brother. Love you, man. Good. We always have you. So yeah, you walked into it, my brother, and we're talking about Ebony K. Williams. I don't know if you followed that kind of story. And when she was on the Vanya Zonlant, I can't pronounce the name all the right way, but she went on the Breakfast Club and kind of doubled down, and she stretched it to an even broader conversation. Here's why this man, Brother Kenny, we have this saying, we said brother from another mother. Yeah. There is a Capricorn thing that we kind of think alike. And he nailed it for me, what it was. I wasn't offended in any kind of way by what she said. I'm with Kenny that I don't think she should have even been attacked for it because she's entitled to have her point of view. You can like and love and choose whoever you want to, you know. And I'm gonna put my Lee-isms on it. I she can suck my dick, but I wouldn't even fuck with her anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because she does nothing for me anyway. Sitting there on the interview thing, she's hawking a book. If you looked at the facial expression of DJ Envy and Charlemagne the God, they were thinking what I'm thinking. That's the only reason I'm bringing this up in that context. The only reason I'm insulting her, just in case you want to know, is because they were thinking what I was thinking. If you was some bad boss bitch, you might could be on this pedestal and I would take it a little bit. But you some ordinary looking bitch that got a little bit of a level B weave in your head on their show trying to hawk a book, and you ain't even hit that status yourself. So you talking like somebody need to be bowed. You're not Beyonce, sweetheart. You know, you a few steps away from me feeding your ass Popeye's chicken. To be honest with you, that's the only reason I'm insulting.
Well, at least you don't get churches.
You know, you feel me? That's why everything I'm saying it purposely. I'm saying it purposely. I keep my church's chicken in the oven. I might give that bitch some Popeye's chicken, you know, because she got a little bit together. She probably live right here in Buckhead, and I live in Buckhead. And I'm saying it that way for a reason, because Kenny hit the nail on the head. With the question Ivania asked her, she immediately went to income and status. And that's what I have a problem with. Do you know some of the happiest people I know right now on this earth don't have shit? Me and my nephew talk about a situation real quick. You ever look at people who live in the most rundown situation? They lights and shit get cut off. They don't have a car. They catching their bus and their train. And these motherfuckers got food stamps. They got roaches and shit. These is the happiest motherfucking people on the face of the planet. Do you know why? On a real tip, they found happiness beyond money. And what's unfortunate is that now that black women, yes, I'm going to say it, have entered the workforce and have superseded men. Now, the reason why I was going to call my show An Empty Throne, you're there, sweetheart. Y'all got it. Right. But you know what you did in the process of ascending to this throne? You've alienated black men as well. And so a lot of men ain't checking for these women at this level no more. Not all of us are gay. It's that when you climbed up to that level, now you want to say that we have to be above your level. We're not intimidated by your education. We're not intimidated by your salary. Do you know some of the happiest people are in an unevenly yoked relationship? When I married my wife back then, my wife, she moved straight from my mama's house to my house. I pushed and prodded and put her through school, so she has an education. She got into the professional realm. This was me wanting her to be more than she ever thought she could be. And that's the only way I know how to be. So I'm not intimidated by a black woman being I applaud that. In fact, I would raise you up to that level. But in the process, you raise me up. Don't push us down. And it shouldn't be about the status, you know. So the whole bus driver thing was where I have a problem with it is when she asked her the question, would you date the bus driver? You know what the answer should have been? If I loved him.
That's what it should have been. Right?
Yeah, you're right. It should.
That's what it should have been.
So Hannah, am I wrong?
No, so I didn't hear the whole interview. I thought we was going on.
Okay.
That's what I said from that snippet. I didn't know she was just about finances and nothing else.
She immediately went there, and that's where Vanya said we got to get beyond that because she immediately went there. Brother Bird, step in here, my brother.
Backdrop to that story. Her mom threw her dad out for whatever reason, and her mom was a bus driver.
I just saw that. Yeah.
Her mom threw her dad out? Yeah,
it was something going on that her mom took on the role and she wanted to be in a bus driver. So that's that's part of the reason why.
Wow. So that's a trigger.
Yeah, so there was a trigger. And then not only that, because of that, See, she, in a way, she's kind of hurt, and she's kind of putting all that her mom went through
I get it.
on men.
I
So
get it.
Okay,
she's kind
I
of
get it now.
deflecting and
Okay.
putting it on the man, saying like, "I will never date a bus driver." Because remember, she was real specific about it too.
Right,
So
she was.
it was about her mom as well. Saying
Yeah.
what her mom went through.
Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, now she's
Yes.
not about. And again, I'm agree with you. I'm agree with you, brother Ken. If that's what you're about, I have no problem you telling me that, hey, listen, this is the type of man I'm into. I'm not into this type of person.
Right.
That's good for you, but she's not looking for love. She's looking for status. That's it. And if that's what you want, sweetheart, be yourself. Now that's going to be slim pickings, you know, as far as you, and you're going to go into a deeper part of the pool where the sharks are at. And I don't know if you're really ready for all that, but if that's what you want, then by all means, go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Brother Bert, you now transition.
Shoot her shot and saying that she don't love, she's not in it for love.
And oh my God, you guys are nailing today, which now you transition into the even broader conversation that she tried to turn it into about black men being satisfied. Let me, this is 3 black men on this panel. And we're going to be the litmus test for black men. I'm sorry if you watching this for the first time. We're the litmus test for all black men. I'm sorry here, but I think in this instance we can speak for black men. It's very few black men I know that ain't that from they fucking 10 years old that ain't been on a hustle. So to try to frame it that we're content to be mediocre. If it's one thing I know about black men, we're the most industrious motherfuckers on this planet.
That's right.
You know,
right.
You got some of the most intelligent, gifted people out there slinging drugs right now because we gonna make a way, rob, steal, cheat, and steal to take care of family and do what got to be done. So it's never this narrative that black men are satisfied with media. No.
That's not true.
That's just blatantly not true. It's really not. Now, to your point that you made, Brother Bert, not everybody might be pursuing this status and what you consider, and that's okay if that's what you're choosing. Yeah. But I tell you right now, it's 100 motherfuckers in these hot streets right now making it happen.
Yeah.
Doing what they got to do.
I agree.
Robbing, stealing. I'm not saying that's okay, but even on the legal side of it, these 3 brothers sitting right here, I didn't get $100,000 in student loan debt to be mediocre. I did it because I wanted to climb up and be better. You don't get to live in Buckhead by being mediocre. Right. And this is not bragging. This is just me saying that I had to take steps to get there. Every apartment in the house was better than the next. Because that's who we are as black men. We want the reason why niggas drive Cadillacs because we don't want to fuck with it's so don't frame that narrative that we're content with being. No, what you're forgetting in that statement is the system has been rigged against all of us so long until, sweetheart, it ain't just the brothers that's being held down. Of course, you've hit a little status. You in the same pool. And I love what you said. Brother Bert, because you think you made it, you really ain't ready to swim with those sharks, baby. They'll chew you up and spit you out.
And you know, Brother Black and Bert and Honey, the biggest thing about this, man, this is continuing to drive the wedge between black men and black women relationships. These conversations, I don't see any, and I'm not saying that it's not out there, but I don't see any other ethnic group, the men and women go at each other like they do outside of us. It's just like we don't like each other. I'm looking at the men. I'm like, men, do you hate black women? And then I look at the black women. I'm like, do y'all just hate black men? What is this? How can we fix it? I don't know. But this stuff, man, it's continued to drive this wedge between us further and further apart, and that's sad.
Oh my God, you're killing it. Go ahead, sister.
I just want to say 2 things real quick. One, when I didn't know that was a trigger, and this is why I say don't go on Nirvana, and I know this is bad to say, she knew that backstory about that lady's mother. So she purposely said bus driver. I don't like when black women try to take their other black women. She did that for a high, like her and that funky ass Gayle King. They always want to do stuff and make us as black people look bad to have a bit for betrayal. And secondly, I was going to say, when y'all said about the status, y'all ever saw Think Like a Man? Remember Taraji thought she had her shit together?
Right.
And Morris Chestnut came and was so arrogant and ego, and she wanted to go with somebody who loved her. That's how Ebony gonna have to be. Cause she gonna get that, but then you ain't gonna have nowhere, you ain't gonna have nothing to say out your mouth because you gotta be lower.
Brilliant points. Brilliant points. Brilliant points. I agree with everything you just said, because I feel the same way about a dog head, Gayle King and Oprah. Snoop called them dog head
Thank
bitches.
you.
So,
so
Snoop was out of line for calling her that though, bro. He should have.
I love that. And I hate that he went on the Red Table Talk Show and apologized.
Yeah, I know.
Because I agree with in a nicer way. And I'm gonna say this in being all seriousness, but I agree with what Hannah said in this sense. With the platform that Gayle King has, and certainly the status Oprah is being icon, I do hold them accountable in the sense that they're very quick to jump on the faults of us, and it's amazing how with that same platform you don't go after the others. Gayle worked right with Matt Lauer, who lost his job. If you don't believe me, go back and look at. Do you know her one public statement to this day she's made about Matt Lauer?
I didn't know she made it.
She says that wasn't a Matt that I knew. That's the only statement she made. Wow. But you did a full-on special on R. Kelly. To expose him. Right. Oprah backed the full-on special about Neverland to expose Michael Jackson. But with your power, you own a network. Why didn't you do the same for Elvis or John Wayne? You're telling me that wouldn't have got ratings? They just last year nominated for an Academy Award was the Elvis movie. If you watch the movie, there is not one iota in that movie that truly depicts him for who he really was.
What about my man? What's his name? Jerry Lee Lewis, whatever. Great Balls.
Jerry Lee Lewis, who married his 13-year-old cousin.
Right. Yeah.
And so, with your platform, you never bring that up. But Gayle King is also the person who brought up Kobe Bryant.
Right.
But you don't bring it up when you talk about the others. And for that, I hold them accountable. All I ask is that you be fair. Be fair and even.
Well, get ready, because Gayle King and Charles Barkley are getting a primetime show on CNN once a week that starts in the fall.
It's gonna fail. It's gonna fail. Yeah. This is a last dish to save CNN. And of course we'll watch it for the train wreck that it's gonna be. But
they just want the shufflers and the cooning and buffooning.
Absolutely.
And that's all they want. They don't want real talk.
No. Now, with that said,
real talk.
I don't blame them for taking a gig because they're paying them a shitload of money.
Right.
They paying them a shitload of money.
Hey, get that bag.
Get that bag.
Yeah.
Get that bag. Absolutely.
Hey, listen.
I'm gonna lighten the mood. Like I said, we had two heavy stories. Let's talk about one of my favorite topics. Who is the king of R&B?
Well, we know who your king is.
Y'all know who my king is.
North Cackalack.
Yeah.
But since he can't speak for himself, somebody else has been elevated to that position.
Who?
They have Usher. They are now anointing Usher as the king of R&B. In case you haven't been following, Usher's doing his second residency in Las Vegas. And when you get a residency, and in case people don't know, you've arrived. You've arrived at true icon status when you get a residency, because that's where you've crossed over to legendary status.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That you can, and this is his second residency. He did so well.
Yes or no?
So check this out.
I think you are.
Can y'all hear that?
Do you think you are?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't answer that. I'm a king of something.
Right. And I know
mean,
we gotta go.
Ain't Jacquees the king of R&B?
Musician, dancer, actor, and diamond selling artist are just a few of the terms to describe the legend that is Usher. He's graced stages all over the world and produced iconic albums that have stood the test of time. He's even taken over Vegas with a residency like no other. And now he is stepping into the shade room.
I'm gonna stop it there, folks.
What?
But I wanted you to hear that snippet of how he answered himself, you know, and to be sure, 44 years old, he did not blatantly say, yes, I am. He said, I'll take it. But here is the comment I wanted to from the interview. He said, if I confine myself to just being a king of R&B, that would be too short-sighted. I love R&B. R&B is a segue to so many things. And in this interview, he goes into a lot of detail talking about his love of R&B, want to keep it alive, you know, but at the same time, he humbly did accept the title if that's what people want to bestow upon him, if he's the king of R&B. And so what do you guys think? Victoria, how you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you, Victoria. What do you guys think about this topic of the king of R&B? Y'all know what I think, so I'm gonna take myself out of this to a certain extent.
So I like Usher a lot. Side note, Usher got his doctorate in music today, so that's a big plus. Yeah, that's hard. That doctorate, I was like, okay. However, Usher is great. He's very talented. Dance, sing. I think he sings R&B and pop. He does it really well. However, R. Kelly, despite his flaws that they are, he is the king of R&B. There's no comparison. Rather, even some of our favorite songs we sing, he has wrote them. I mean, from gospel to pop, literally wrote for Michael Jackson, who was the king of pop. He writes and sings almost a lot of songs. So I don't think Usher, I think he's next, but I don't think he's just R&B. He's R&B pop, but he's excellent, amazing, talented. Now, outside of jail, yeah, if we talking about kings outside of jail, yeah, it would be Usher. But if we talking about kings that's inside the state pen, it's gonna be R. Kelly. Because like no one can compare to him, dead or alive. I love Michael Jackson. R. Kelly is just, he's something different. And had he liked his own age group, we'd be talking about a different thing right now. Like he could have did a versus himself from what he wrote versus what he sings. Who can do that? And Stevie Wonder has a lot of songs. He likes to write a hit, so does Smokey. But to me, it's going to be R. Kelly.
Sister, you know you preaching to me because Lil Bootsy, and I posted it on my page recently. In case you haven't seen it, Lil Bootsy, the guy was telling, he brought up Stevie Wonder, and Lil Bootsy, look, I agree with him with that. He say, fuck with who? R. Kells? Prince, Lil Bootsy is a fan like I'm a fan, so I agree. But I like what you had to say about Usher. What do you guys think about this title of King of R&B being bestowed upon Usher? How do you feel?
I'll let you go, brother. I'll let you go, Ghost. I'll let you go.
You know, he again. I mean, I know I'm stating the obvious when it comes to Usher. He's mad talented, longevity, the whole nine. When I think of King of R&B, for some reason he just don't come to mind. He really, and I'm being totally honest. When you think of King of R&B, your first inclination is not to say Usher. You're saying other people, and not to say that he's not great and that he's not legendary. And I'm glad that he's the key word was that if that's what the people are saying, right. It's just like he's not scared to take that mantle. Right. And he feels like he can carry it like the way Kobe wasn't scared to take Michael's mantle. He wanted that, and he wasn't scared to carry it. And some people ran away from it. Usher is actually saying like, "Hey, listen, if this the people are saying, thank you, and I'll carry that on because that's a big honor." But I don't think that he is the king of R&B. But I will never take anything away from Usher. Usher is that dude. and he deserves everything that he's getting
agree.
right now because he put in that time and he
I
put
agree.
in that work. So on that level, yeah, but man, listen, there were times when we took road trips everywhere, man, and we had this conversation, and I would battle her, and then she started bringing up stuff about R. Kelly, and I just sat back and shut up.
And you be like,
He
whoa,
be
I forgot
arguing
about
with you
that.
over R. Kelly.
Look, I argued with her one time about New Edition and somebody else, and then she shut me down. I was like, oh, you're right. I just sat there and just kept driving. So to me, it's Kells, and there could be a couple other people before I get to Usher.
Man,
Before Usher.
no, he's right. He's right. I like what I like what he said because when you think of R&B, I was going there.
Usher. I was going to say that, but
Hannah.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
Hannah.
I'm just saying. Bobby
Hannah?
Brown before Usher.
Bobby Brown before Usher.
And we only saying in R&B.
I'm saying possibly.
We only saying no.
R&B.
Bert is right. When I think of R&B, the first names don't. Usher is more pop, but when I think of R&B, I'm sorry, I do think of other people ahead of Usher and R&B.
That's all. No, that's not.
And I'm not dissing. I mean, just like
Oh wow.
Huh? What you say, Hannah?
I feel the Usher hate, and I don't like it.
No. It's no. Here. I love Usher.
For the record,
I do. For the record,
that's
Usher,
a bad.
That
he
confession
deserves.
album is probably one of the best albums ever made.
Ever.
Yes.
Let's go and be honest about it.
You right?
Yep.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
8701.
Ever.
That one too.
Ever.
That one too.
Ever.
Yeah. So
I'm not. So we're not taking anything away from him. We're just saying that when you look at when you give these titles, Michael Jackson is the king of pop.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give Usher this honor. If there is a such thing as a prince of pop, it's Usher.
I agree.
I agree with that.
I agree with
Usher.
that. I agree with that.
Prince of Pop. Yeah.
No.
It's Usher.
Oh, wait, no, Hickam Hater.
No, it's not.
Who?
Who?
They gotta be black.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
I know you can not get ready to say what think you can ready to say.
But I'm not going to go by what if. It'll be Usher. You're right. I'm not going to go by what.
Prince.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh no.
Chris Brown.
I knew that's who he was thinking, and Chris could have had it. He could have had it.
That's why I said I'm not going to go by what if.
Usher is 1A and Chris Brown is 1B.
Yes.
I agree with you.
1C.
He's 1C.
Wow.
I can't give him C because the man got a catalog. Despite his stupidity, Chris Brown got a catalog. He got a catalog.
He do.
But he's not better than Usher Raymond.
But he can.
I'm just saying.
I would go with Usher probably. I mean, Chris Brown and Usher is kind of.
That's what I'm saying. 1A and 1B.
It's right there.
I'm not. No, you missing it. You're missing it.
She getting all serious.
Have you straight up with you guys? I'm talking about his trajectory. If that did not happen with Rihanna, what would we call it?
We would be talking about Chris Brown.
We said Chris Brown. I even told my sons this when they were young. I said, he is your Michael Jackson.
Absolutely.
And we knocked Usher out the way.
Absolutely.
That's Michael Jackson.
That mofo can't sing live. To be the king,
no,
you have
Hannah, to be fair, Hannah, you're judging him based on now what the drugs has done.
He could never sing live.
Oh, baby.
Listen. I went to the Scream tour in Philly when he was young, him and Trey Songz, because I was a huge fan. And and all that. When I heard him live back then at 17, he sounded like a crack record. And I did not understand it. To be a king, you have to be able to perform live.
I'm going to say this, okay? In his defense, I'm going to say this. He did something, not so much now, because I've looked at his concerts now, but at his height, he did something that you don't even see artists do. He danced and sang at the same time. You don't even see that anymore.
Usher did it in the rain.
That's why we're not taking anything away from Usher. But I'm saying, but to Bert's point, had the Rihanna situation not derailed his career, I do think we would be sitting here. Chris Brown would have a residency. You can't. Let me ask you a question. Be honest. Look at his discography. Are you denying the amount of hits that Chris Brown has?
he has hits. I'll agree. Can I touch on that Rihanna thing though? I think
Sure.
Chris could have recovered from Rihanna because they were young and they were different. The problem is after the Rihanna thing, he kept doing other crazy erratic behavior.
Oh, no doubt. No
Yeah.
But
doubt.
he does
Yeah.
have hits. I can
No,
never.
no doubt. No doubt. Well,
He's talented.
well, R. Kelly's locked up right now because he didn't read the signs on the wall and he should have
Exactly.
dated some older bitches. You know?
Who?
R. Kelly's locked up right now because he got away with the 14-year-old. Look, we know that he fucked the 14-year-old, but
Ray?
I'm just I saw the tape.
Allegedly.
Okay.
No, allegedly.
Allegedly,
Also,
he
Innocent in the first trial, so we would say allegedly because he was found
529,
innocent, just like
682.
OJ.
okay. Go ahead, Ken.
I just want to say this real quick about the king of R&B. I didn't get to as far as R. Kelly. I think when you talk about these, especially R. Kelly, I think you put him in a totally different lane. It's kind of like the Mount Rushmore, in my opinion. You put R. Kelly is just in a totally different category.
I agree.
By himself.
I
And then it's others that fall up under him because R. Kelly wrote, produced for
He was a
so
master.
many hits. So he's just up there on the throne by himself.
He is.
And then you
He's a
got
Michael Jackson.
Then you got
He on that level.
You got others that fall over.
He's a savant. That's
Right. You got
Absolutely.
others that, and then too, it's a generational thing because I don't want to, because you got to think about some of the great. You got to think about the baby faces, who's one of the greatest producers and writers of all time.
Who don't get his due.
You got
Who don't get his due.
He don't get his
Sure
due.
enough,
Don't get his due.
You got to think about the duo Jimmy Jam and Terry Lou. I mean, it's kind of hard. But with this saying, King of R&B,
Right.
I think hands down is R. Kelly.
It's R. Kelly.
And then
Let me
it's
comment.
Usher and Chris Brown and everybody else kind of fall.
Let me get a couple of comments. Miss Tori has been hot in this conversation, believe it or not. She said, Usher, that is a joke to me. Usher music to me is pop. He knows R&B. Robert is the king of R&B, period. Usher is last on my list. There was way more R&B.
That Confessions album is
She
fire.
doubled down. She said, Usher, bubblegum pop to me, but R&B, I do not think of Usher. So she was agreeing with us. Chris Brown, way better dancer than Usher, and he has way more hits.
He don't have more hits.
Chris
than
Brown
Usher.
not spreading nothing, but Usher is. So
He don't have more hits than Usher now.
That Confessions album, I'm sorry, Miss.
Yeah.
The album alone.
That Confessions album alone.
But I promise you, Chris Brown got hits.
Oh yeah, Chris Brown got hits. Oh yeah, he got
Brown has
hits.
more pop than
Yeah,
Usher.
but he also gravitates
Right.
between the two as well.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, but
Right.
Usher just got to pop. Like he did more. His whole beginning of his career, Call Me a Mac.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
that's R&B.
Oh, yeah.
You right.
Oh, yeah,
You right.
that's
That's
why
all R&B.
That's why I say if there's a such thing as a prince of R&B, I could crown him that. But
Yeah,
I
I
even
agree
like
with
his
that. I
humility.
agree with that.
But I love his
Yeah, he's
humility.
very humble.
Yeah. Usher's that dude. I'm not gonna take nothing away from that man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Usher's that dude. I mean, you
No,
know.
you can't say you got Confessions album if you put Chris Brown up there. Take it away.
Oh, no.
Oh my God! Whenever we talk music, music is so subjective.
Right.
We could go at this all
We
day.
can go all day with that.
That's
Right.
what I'm telling you. Music is something.
Right.
I always like talking music. But I want to change the subject real quick. And Hannah and Miss Tori, y'all gonna find this interesting.
Oh.
There are two new types of operations that are blossoming and it's starting to become more popularized. Two operations, they're calling them the male BBLs or whatever, you know. One of them is more men now, and we're talking black men when we talking are having two types of operations now. Teresa said, "Okay, put it that way. Usher's not singing me a love song and making me wet, so he is not R&B."
Oh my!
Now,
Wow.
Usher do got some songs that'll get it done. I got Miss Tori.
He got some that'll get it done.
That'll get it done. He got some stuff that'll get it done. We're gonna have to come back to that. We're gonna have to play our We're gonna have to do a show highlight Usher and Chris Brown. You know, real talk. But back to these operations. One of them, do you know men are having abs? They're having fake abs. They're having this operation, and then also short men. they're putting this rod in their thigh to make themselves taller.
What?
And this is becoming really, really popular. And so I wanted to see.
Wow.
Let's see if I can show you.
It costs like $90,000.
Men getting cheeks.
Abs.
Yeah.
I've heard about the ab surgery. I did.
Oh,
I've
he
heard
said
about
No,
BBL.
he was just saying like,
I'm gonna say, oh, getting cheeks.
but they say like BBL.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
no,
That's
I ain't doing that.
I get up my cheeks.
No, I'm good.
Don't need that. No.
No, I don't need that.
Oh, and I had a video queued up, but let me see. I might have to back up for it.
That's nice.
Let's see if this is the right one. Hold on, because this is a whole special on. Because this on dentistry. I didn't want to show this one on dentistry. Oh, I lost it. But while I'm looking for this video, what do you guys think about that? Because I was really just going to highlight that. But what do you think about men going under the knife for cosmetic surgery, like having abs put in and to be taller? What do you guys think about that?
I'm not surprised. I think because we live in a visual social media world now. I mean, the thing is, just as much as women want to enhance their body parts, I think some men have a complex insecurities too. Men, we have insecurities about our physical features just like women do. And some men feel like if they do this, they get the abs, and that's a big turn. A lot of women like a man with abs, a six-pack, and if they are taller, obviously, that's been one of the biggest things that men have to deal with if they're not maybe tall or they feel like they're too short. That's the insecurity. So I'm not shocked to hear any of this, that men are doing that at all.
Would you ever have any type of cosmetic surgery?
Nah.
Okay.
It is what it is with me. You feel me? So.
Okay, because that's why I really wanted to ask. Victoria said they are ridiculous as well for doing it. They have nothing to do with their money. Brother Bird, what do you think about men doing cosmetic surgery to, again, to improve their look?
I'm tell you the truth, I'm not surprised about it. I mean, if you go through history of time, whether it's the Egyptians and what they wore and some things they did, the Europeans were wearing certain makeup, wearing the wigs, and they also used to wear their version of a high heel, and they felt like the bigger your calf looked, the more that you were play to be a leader.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So it's just a different version and a different time and different technology. But I'm not surprised about it. I mean, hey, look, they got inserts that you could put in your shoe to make you taller and stuff like that. So this is the next level. We're gonna put rise in us, and that's something that's more permanent.
Yeah.
I think we heard on one show, who was it, where the guy was 5'3" and he wound up
Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fool.
Yeah, he went from 5'3" to like 5'5",
and then went back
and got more surgery, and then he got to he's getting to like 5'8" or 5'11".
Wow.
So it's because it costs like $90,000 a pop.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised. I guess if you got the money, that's what you want to deal with, and if you got some image issues, then so be it. I'm just cut from a different cloth from the old school. You are who you are. With the abs and everything. Hey, you just gotta try to work it out the best way you can. But instantaneous gratification, I guess they wanted it quickly. Have to put in the work. So, I mean, it is what I do.
Because you cocky because of your abs. Don't you?
I ain't gonna sit here in front that I don't have insecurities. There's some things about me physically. I'm not gonna sit here in front like I would. I would like to have bigger legs. I have chicken legs.
Okay,
my legs are skinny as hell. I can't. For the life of me, I can't. My legs are big, and I don't like my legs. And there's other things. So, and I get it. We not perfect, but I'm not gonna go to the extreme to do anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. If I can't get it in the gym or by eating better, nah, I'm good.
Okay. I'm coming to you next. I want your opinion on this as a represented ladies. Victoria says that is bad as men getting a rod placed in their penis to keep it hard. They are crazy putting anything in their bodies.
Well, that's a whole nother topic right there, Miss.
You better get somebody.
That's a real some men gotta get that. That's that pump, isn't it? That pump they gotta get.
Yeah.
That penis pump. Yeah.
That's what the mouth is for.
Well,
Okay.
So Hannah, okay.
All right.
But what if even with the assistance of oral that the man still can't get hard? Are you okay with a man embellishing himself in these ways?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not. And I'll be honest. I was a woman who was like, you gotta be a certain height in this because I love to wear heels. You can't be like that. Now you gotta be taller than me because I'm only 5'4". So
Okay.
we can't be eyeball and eyeball because I'm 5. Even though people, I don't know why people think I'm taller. I'm literally 5'4".
I thought you were taller.
I
wear
did think
heels.
think you
heels
thought you
all
were
the time.
taller too. And I met
Wear
you, but
heels
I thought you
all
was
the
taller
time.
than that. Shit.
Yeah, I'm 5'4". I just be in heels a lot. But I feel like, especially these people doing this is older too. If
True.
you go through your course of life, why the hell does it matter? Because you could be 6'11". If your personality or you as a person ain't get you through life, it ain't got shit to do. Excuse me, it ain't got nothing to do with your height. Because if you wasting like that one guy wasted two sets of $90,000, you could have got a girl with that 90,000 versus
That's
you
right.
trying to get 5'11" legs.
That's
So
right.
your money don't. I mean, your height is not going to change you as a person. We like to do different things. Like women, we wear makeup. I got extensions added in my hair today. Like you got to just do stuff to try to be presentable. But I don't think a man should have to put rods of physical therapy. You have to be down for what, 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
So you're out of commission
Yeah.
to gain some height.
That's
Get some
crazy.
sneakers with some foam in it and keep it moving. I don't understand it. Now, as far as the abs, I ain't gonna lie, because if I can get me some, I might grab me a bitch. But LL got a rib taken out, right? You never know.
That's
But,
what they say.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
Some
Y'all
of
may
you
be
get
say
it
allegedly.
real.
Allegedly.
But I mean, we all like to change. Like I told Bert I wanted to get a mommy makeover. He got mad. But this is just how I see my body.
Okay.
So you never know how people perceive themselves. But I don't think you should get physical surgery that can harm your body and have you down for months just for the opposite sex.
So let me get my little comments in. I have nothing against personally people making self-improvement. I think that's human nature. That's natural to want to be better, to look better, feel better, all those things. One of the greatest things to ever happen to me was growing up and being an awkward looking child. And also, being the youngest in the household with older brothers. I was real skinny, had a real big nose, real big lips. So I had nicknames growing up in school. My nickname was Booty Lips. And back then, kids snapped on each other. They talked about each other.
Yeah.
They down south they call it playing the dozens, and it's in New York they call it snapping on each other.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The greatest thing that happened to me is to be molded in that era because it hardened me. And back then, you couldn't run away. You couldn't tell your mother you're not going to go to school, and oh my God, they bullying me. You had to deal with it. You had to stand up and learn how to snap back. They talk about you talk about them. They talk about your mother, you talk about their mother. And so, where am I going with this? I figured out way when I was young, I was not going to be that guy. I had friends at that time that were nice looking. In the little group and pack I ran with, I was never that guy. So I had the guys at one point that was light skinned and he got great hair. My hair was nappy as a pig's ass. I always had real bad hair. Even I went through the Jerry Curl era, and I forget. Cedric Entertainer said that Luther Vandross's curl would never just curl. That was my hair. My hair was so tough that it just would never quite take. I have real bad hair, grows long, nappy ass hair. I was skinny. My mother used to take me to the doctor like I was malnourished. What I did in that instance is, since I knew that I was not going to be physically attractive, I had to focus on other areas to stand out. So I became a bookworm. I became smart, and I developed my personality. And that carried me all through my life. And even as I got older, I did go through a period. This fat man you see before you now, I did have a good 20-year period where I was the shit. You know, if they could do a documentary on me, we always talk, me and my nephew talk about that. We would call it King of Clubs. I was a god, not the god, but I was a god. And there was a point where I was the shit. But here's the thing, I was never arrogant with it because inside I always knew I still was the same guy. I never was. I wasn't the guy that walked in a room where women said, "Oh my God, I want to fuck him." I was always the guy that if you were around me 30, 40 minutes, I was the guy first, he's okay. But 30, 40 minutes go by, I think I'll fuck him. An hour go by, I'm going to fuck him. I was that dude, you know, because I could weave my magic with my personality, my sense of humor, and I was intelligent enough, and I was blessed to have always had females as friends, so I understood the women's psyche. I'm bringing all that to say this. For me, here I am now. Do you know, even if I had the money now, I would not have cosmetic surgery? I'm fat. I had to learn to live with it. I threw away clothes that had tags on them that I knew I was never going to get back into. And you couldn't give them, you know. I had to learn to love this blob that's sitting before you. That look, that doesn't mean that I don't try to eat better. I'm on Ozempic. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight for health reasons. But the whole cosmetic thing, I'm way past that. I said to I was having this conversation today with Tasha. If you're not giving me pussy, it's predicated on whether I have abs. You weren't gonna give me none, no way. Fuck you. So that's how I feel. You know, if I gotta go get some abs for you to give me some of that mustard snatch, then you weren't gonna give me none of it, no way. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I'm all, and them snatches is musty. And that's the other thing. That's the great even and divide. Look, I ain't climbing no mountains for no pussy. I am not Batman, you know. The thing of it is, if I can't talk myself into some pussy and you like me for who I am, you weren't going to give it to me no way, you know. And that's why I'm invested in artificial women because fuck you bitches anyway. But anyway.
Wait, what?
These artificial bitches is gonna be safer. Anyway, look, these pussies around here, they're getting as hard as ever. You know,
we're not doing it. But you gonna stop saying what we watch.
No. So you do, but I posted to my days. All this dancing and shaking, these pussies right now it's 85 degrees. These nasty bitches out here in these streets right now, them pussies just as hard as they want to be. And because this is the month of May, you got a whole new bumper crop of stinking bitches out in these streets who graduated, who turned 18. They're out there sucking and fucking right now and they ain't washed their stinking ass. So this is why I'm at home, you know. But every now and then I get a little thirsty, so I have to drag a no good bitch in here and do what I do. But having said that, you know, man, I ain't gonna be doing no abs and all this other shit for it.
I don't agree with the not watching.
I used to be 6 feet. As I've gotten fatter, now I'm shrunk down to 5'10". I might shrink a little lower, you know what I'm saying? But Miss Toria, I gotta bring up one thing: the rod and the dick. When it gets to a point where my dick don't work, you might as well put me 6 feet under. I ain't got no reason to leave.
Yeah.
Wait, y'all, people really putting something inside the penis?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Peter, that's been going on. Yeah.
I have to look.
Yeah, that's been going on.
Miss Toria, this is where that's a different thing than be tall and whatnot. Right. If I can't fuck, I don't know what I'm getting up for.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
It's a wrap. No. So I have a subscription for the little blue pills. Now, thank God I don't need them yet, but I'm a hoarder. I have a hoarder's personality. So I hoard them up in case somebody need them. Now, the times I have taken them and when I'm taking on more than one woman, I have a lot of group sex type shit. So when I get into my freaky deaky shit and I know I need to stay hard a whole lot longer, that's when I pop my little blue pill because I'm beyond that stage where I can beat 2 pussies and 3 pussies now. So that's why I have the little blue pills. But thank God I don't need them for a regular encounter, but I have to fuck. I don't have no other hobbies. Drinking and women has always been my hobby. Always. You know.
What the hell?
This guy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Really?
Good job.
How did you think that?
I'm just saying. Lord, what's going on, Mr.
What's
Lamar?
up,
How you
Lamb?
doing,
What's up,
Fonda?
brother?
I,
Yeah.
I
She's good.
don't understand the ride. I'm
Be-
sorry. I'm just
There are men out there who are
some-
dealing with issues where they won't get
erectile
hard. You can
dysfunction,
put a
right.
pump in your penis, and we get ready
Right.
to have sex. You
Right.
pump it up so that the
Yeah.
woman can get on it, so it can stand
Right.
up.
Yeah.
But what if it's weight? And men,
No, that's
No, it
it.
won't.
It stands up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I would feel less. Okay, never mind. I would feel less than a woman if I would have to pump you up.
No,
speaking
the man pumps himself up.
No, the man would
He pumps himself up.
he would pump it up
in your
himself.
face.
Unless he asked you to do it.
Yeah, I guess you
No,
could pump it up.
You could.
they also have
could.
an electronic one too that you can press.
Right.
And then they're like, no, I'm just joking. I don't know if they got that.
No, they do.
They
They
do.
No, I don't. I don't know.
No, they actually do.
I don't know.
They do.
But
Right.
Connor, you got to think about it from this perspective. If you're in a relationship and let's say the man is dealing with permanent impotence, but
Right.
you still
Erectile
love the man and
dysfunction.
he want to
Right.
please his wife,
Right.
he gonna have to do
That's
something.
right.
Right.
Or
So
get your
that's-
tongue together. I don't
Huh?
want
But
to use no
no,
pump.
no.
Well, that can only go so far.
Yeah, and after so
That can only go so
long,
far because
right.
even as a woman, and that's why I think you got a lot of these women becoming permanent carpet munchers because they fall into love with getting licked down there. Look, I've advocated on this show for the last few weeks. I want to eat some pussy. I have not eaten pussy in so long, but these bitches, their hygiene is so bad that I haven't been able to eat these nasty bitches because they funky down there.
He can eat everything.
You know? And so again,
Yeah, you can't.
you know, so you can't just lick on everybody. You they have what the Previt pill or whatever they call it for. You got people who got gonorrhea of the mouth and shit.
Yeah.
You know,
I told him already.
so we just live in different times now. But
Take a
you know, you got pills. You have to satisfy somebody. You know, you have to be able to perform. You know,
Right.
Why can't you just take a pill? I don't think you should physically pump your. I'm just speaking from. I'm not a man, so I can't speak on a man.
Well, I agree. I agree. The pill, but
Right.
what I'm saying to you and Miss Tori is, if it ever got to a pump where, let's say, the pills didn't work, and I had to get a pump, I'm getting a pump. I gotta be able to do something to get that pussy.
Because here's the deal, and I know what you're saying, Hannah, but some men the pill doesn't work because they may have diabetes.
Correct.
They may have high because those pills, those pills don't work well if you
But
got,
it's more than
if you
one
got high.
pill.
Right, but they still a lot of them don't work if you got diabetes and
Yeah, you can die. I got diabetes.
You can die. Yeah, you can die.
Yeah, we don't want no death. You
Well,
don't need
if
Right.
I die fucking, then that's a pretty good. That's a glorious death.
Right, I was gonna say if you're gonna die, you might as well die standing up.
I consider that a glorious death.
That's the best way to go. You might as well stand up.
I expect that from Lee. Babe, I expect that from Lee. But y'all too.
Go out on your sword.
Y'all
You know,
too.
if it's a choice between dying peacefully in my sleep and dying with getting some pussy, I'm gonna take the glorious death.
I take B. That's right. That's a glorious death.
What the hell?
I'm just saying.
So y'all gonna take a pill and die?
No, we're not talking.
You know, you ain't hoping you die, but I have high blood pressure. But if my heart give out while I'm fucking, I'm not ashamed. My sister's been given, and Tasha and Sherry's been given this regular. Cremate me. You know what? Pour my ashes right out in them streets. He died getting him some pussy.
Oh my God.
Isn't that how Kevin Samuels went? Didn't he basically die getting some? Pretty much. From what I don't know, but it ain't been confirmed.
Allegedly.
Victoria said, I actually have a friend whose husband did get that rod placed in his penis.
Okay.
Then had issues, had to have surgery to remove it 3 months later.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know.
Wow.
Tori said those blue pills can cause heart attacks as well. Well, Miss Toria, look, I eat pizza, seafood, a whole lot of salt, drink, and fuck too. So you got to go from something.
Oh my Lord. Oh my.
Yeah, you know, is it worth the risk for pussy? You damn right it's worth the risk.
He didn't say is it. Lamar said
I thought he was
Lamb said
asking.
it's worth the risk.
Okay. I thought he was asking.
He said it's worth the risk.
It is worth the risk.
Side too?
As he should.
You know.
Am I the only one who disagrees?
But again, I don't use my pills just on anybody. It has to be special occasions.
Right.
You know.
It's using that pill like for your for your
Yeah,
group
I had
sessions
two
or
little young
whatever.
girls. I had two 26-year-olds.
Uh-oh.
There was no way I was gonna keep up with them bitches.
brother.
You was
You
gonna
know.
need some help with them.
You know, I used to go in the bathroom and I literally would clutch my chest and look in the mirror and think these bitches trying to kill me.
Look.
You know,
And
I would literally think these
bitches
bitches is trying to kill me.
That's
You
crazy.
know, but at the same time, Hunter, you can't have no bad dick reports out there now. I'm sorry.
You know, we done talked about that before too. That's
Okay.
you know.
Now I respect that.
You know,
I respect if that's the case, if that's the reason, because don't nobody want no bad reports. If that's the reason, but I don't think your health should be over a good report.
The penis facts has to be on point, Hunter.
Hey, Black.
The penis facts has to be on point.
Hey, Black. I mean, as far as what you said you had was it 3 chicks or it was just 2?
Why do you care?
Well, I started using them with these 2 chicks. I've had orgies where I've had to use them.
Now, did the pills help you out? Like,
oh God, yes.
Keep you up to the
standard? God, yes. Oh God, yes.
All
you
right.
know, and then I'm an old man. I got old man tricks. So the deal is, you just want your penis to stay hard, and then you make them do a lot of the work. When I was younger, I used to be on top and toss these bitches around. As an old man, you have more game now. You come on top. You know, they both give you head together. You let them lick each other a little bit. You plug a hole here. You plug a hole there. You watch a little bit. You go to the kitchen, get you some apple juice. You come back. You know, you get in just enough so that when they go away, oh, that old man know how to fuck.
I'm not old enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Old freak.
And they kept. So I must have did a good job because I fuck with them for close to a year.
When does this become after dark?
You know. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm glad I just shared this to my Facebook profile.
Right, Kenny. Smart move, because y'all it's Mother's Day weekend. And y'all free.
So maybe I'll cut these 15 minutes out because we did go down this rabbit hole. Tori say, "Lamb, you still young. You need to put pill shit."
About that though, young men have been using it.
And do you know why?
Their changes, their diets, and their actual porn addictions, they have been using.
You just hit on something.
Pills.
Whether you know it or not, your penis is a muscle. Yes. And overuse from masturbation and shit like that, you know. So that's the thing. I'm sorry, Kenny, going down. I've never been a big fan of masturbation. That's why I like head. I like headologists. I like women who can suck dick because I've never been good at masturbating. So, and I love it when they don't drip or drop. I love you bitches. I'm just gonna say it. Ain't nothing like a nasty, filthy, no good bitch. It ain't nothing like them. God bless America.
No good, filthy.
What Sukio? What's her name? Sukia with the
my goodness.
With the good coochie.
Yeah.
You know, she said she like to bend over and fart in P. Diddy's face. I might let her fart in my face. I might let her do
Man,
it.
that's
new song about eating a man's butt.
What?
Oh yeah.
It's a song she got out, and it started off real calm, and then she talking about eating men's butt.
Oh shoot.
That's been happening anyway.
Hannah, we are not out here eating ass. I'm not going to agree to that.
Oh, baby, I done had my ass ate many a time.
Well, damn that.
Oh my God,
I'm cool on that.
Not filthy, no good.
Well, I ain't eating no ass.
Oh my, that's not new. Women,
new.
God no, they're just coming forth. That's what Sukio is saying, that women are now admitting it. Look, I've been calling women nasty, filthy, no good bitches for the better part of 20 years. Oh my, I've had bitches who eat ass so well, my sheets be sloppy wet. Filthy, sloppy wet. And then they want to have, after they eat your ass, want to start kissing on your neck and you got to push their head down. Bitch, you just finished eating my ass. I don't want you kissing around. You're going to have a rash around my goddamn neck. Get your stinking ass eating breath out my face. Yeah. But anyway, bitch been nasty for the longest.
Get them an Altoid or something. What the hell's wrong with them?
Yeah, get on out of here. That ain't new.
God damn.
Nothing new about that.
Better get some Listerine. Wash that shit out.
I've been pissing on bitches way back in the 90s. Good God.
Oh my goodness. Man, can we cut the last 20 minutes of this show? Make sure you
Thank you, Torian. We ain't out here eating no ass.
Yes, they are.
Well, y'all might not.
Yes, they are.
Ass, but there's women out
I
there
wish
eating ass.
I'd be damned.
Yes, they are.
I put my cheeks up to them cheeks.
And I'll end it with this. I've always had trouble with ugly women. The prettiest women is the easiest women. I have trouble with ugly and ghetto women.
Mm.
The easiest ones is the finest bitches. Those the nasty ones.
Mm.
You get them bitches who work in Church's Chicken and Walmart. What you drive, and so where we going? Those the bitches that ask questions. But right here in the better area you live, oh, that's the easy ones. And they the nastiest ones.
Mm.
Oh, good Lord.
My goodness. Lord,
I'm just saying.
Oh,
so anyway,
this is a Mother's Day thing.
Lord,
let's say, what about the gooch hunter? No disrespect, Bert.
Oh boy.
No, thank you. Too much comes out of that exit. Not ever put my mouth near no butt. Well, you know what? I'm gonna pay homage to Lil Boosie again. Lil Boosie said it right. He said they wasn't fucking like that before R. And he's right. And he's right. I started eating ass after watching R. Kelly video. R. Kelly, shout out to you, my brother, Free R. Kelly. I started eating ass after watching R. I was like, oh shit, he in there. Now that don't mean I eat shitty ass.
R. Kelly was eating ass?
You know who else was eating?
Yeah, in the original video.
Remember the 50 Cent movie Get Rich or Die Trying?
Yeah.
Well, Vivica admitted.
Well,
Vivica didn't admit that she ate 50 cents butt.
Right. That's why I said this is not new.
And she did it to Biggie.
See?
This is not new. Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union was telling too much about Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff they do.
Well, she's
right.
So
this is not new. But again, for the record, I don't eat shitty ass. You know. Now your ass gotta be clean. I ain't gonna be eating shitty ass. If I part your cheeks and I smell any parts of some shit, ass can't get ate.
Douche your ass.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah, you gotta wash your ass. You know. Now,
that's
if you want to eat my ass after I take a shit, that's your business. But you know, look, that's your business. You know, I ain't tell you to go down there. And a lot of women, they'll tell you, don't take a bath. They want it raw and musty.
Don't nobody stop. Everybody don't want musty ass.
Or musty nuts.
Baby, here's what I love about you. You in a monogamous, safe relationship, so you ain't in these streets. And I'm telling you, with every fiber of my being, I get women who say, don't shower.
Yeah,
I want you smelling raw.
Well, I know boys who in these streets, and that is the truth.
That's the God's honest truth.
That is the truth. And
they will ask you
like
not to bathe.
Like that little twang smell or something.
That's what I want, that manly musk.
Yeah.
And they be, look, what did you just come from the gym? Did you what do you do for? They want that funky, nasty smell. Is your balls musty? They want that. I've been calling these bitches nasty for years, so this ain't new. It's just these younger women are now starting to admit it. They're starting to admit it. But anyway, we went 20 minutes over.
Portion of the show.
Yeah. For you, if this is your first time watching Real Talk for Real Men, please disregard the last 20 minutes of the show because it's not indicative of what we talk about here on Real Talk for Real Men. I'm just kidding. This is the type of shit we talk about.
That's what we do. We go down a rabbit hole.
We go down rabbit holes and we have to dig our way back. I'm so serious. But
oh man,
it's real, it's raw, it's live. This is what we do. It's just so you know.
Yeah.
So look, thank you guys for tuning in. Happy Mother's Day to the moms out there. Enjoy. Again, share the show. Have a good laugh. Sit there and pour your glass of Pinot Grigio, some wine. Get a good laugh. But don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tell our family and friends. TFG, TFG, TFG. And we're on TFG Ratchet because we damn sure get ratchet here. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Tori says, I'm in my 60s and I always take a shower before and after sex, and my husband does as well. No funky sex over here.
All right, hey,
All
do
right.
your
Bravo.
thing. Do your
Bravo.
thing, Miss Tori.
You should.
Now,
That's
I am
Yeah,
a super
as
clean
is.
Miss Toria, but I won't lie and say that, again, I have shitted and they wanted to eat some ass, and that's what it is. But now, that's why I put bitches out at 3 o'clock, because I have to clean up and get them out of my space, because I like sleeping alone, you know? And again, they have to be super clean. Now, in my younger days, I done fucked a lot of nasty, musty bitches that done funked my house up, you know?
Oh boy.
But I'm reformed. I'm a reformed freak now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, boy, you ought to say.
Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, Miss Tori, I've been trying for the last 20 minutes to get to Tasha. Tasha took the day off, even though she's not a mom, but she's had a stressful week babysitting her dad's house. So I told
Yeah.
her, take the day off. I know she's probably somewhere watching, laughing her ass off about this.
We miss you.
And McMac, if you ain't here at the beginning, I'm telling you at the end, get you some dick.
What
You
the?
need some dick. You need
Yeah.
some dick, for real. You've been grouchy, you've been mean, and that dick will straighten you right on out.
That's true.
Hey,
Yeah, Mr. Happy,
DJ.
Mr. Happy will get some things going for you.
I'm trying to tell you.
Happy
That's why she been so mean and off her rocker. You know, women, y'all the opposite. When y'all go without sex, y'all get mean, and it's just a horrible sight to see. Good Lord.
not a rumor.
Yeah,
Tasha,
yeah. She needs
wherever you at,
That's
you know, your boy, holla at your boy, let him come over, let him clean them walls up.
He's
Yeah, get you some Mr. Happy. Might
I'm
as
just
well.
trying to say,
Mother's Day weekend.
Get you
ain't
some
trying to
Mr.
make
Happy.
you know, and this might be your weekend to become a mother.
Oh, my
Oh,
Lord.
You know, I'm
Mm.
just trying to say, you know. So anyway, happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Right.
I've enjoyed the show. Look, thank you guys for real. You know what I'm getting ready to do? I'm going back. I'm on some blueberry margarita mix and going back to my Dave Hollister because I'm in my grown folks zone right now.
sir.
And I'm getting ready to go back to my weekend. If you got them, smoke them, drink them, whatever. And the weekends go by so close, so quick, folks. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Be
Happy
good
Mother's
to each
Day
other.
to all
As
you,
always, happy
beautiful
Mother's
women.
Day.
Happy Mother's
No
Day.
doubt.
Already.
Next time.